Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to be playing Enderal with the Path of the Prophet mod list. So Enderal is a game made in Skyrim's engine and kind of modded in almost, but it's essentially like a completely new game made by an indie studio from Germany called Sure AI. So this has been around for like quite a while, and I'm basically a Skyrim veteran with how many hours I've put into it at this point, but I've never actually played Enderal before. This is going to be my first dive into it, and I'm starting out with a rather big mod list, Path of the Prophet, over 500 mods, and kind of completely overhauling the graphics and adding quite a lot to the gameplay. If you want to get Enderal yourself, all you need to do is own a copy of the Elder Scrolls Skyrim Special Edition on any of the major PC platforms like Steam or GOG, and then on that same website you go to Enderal Special Edition and you can just get it for free and download it. You don't even need to have Skyrim downloaded, you just need to have it in your library and own it. And then you can download Enderal. So I did just take a brief few steps into the game to make sure all my mods were working correctly and the game was running at a stable frame rate. But otherwise, this is just right at the beginning of the game, and we're gonna hop right in. So you can see here, this is kind of where we started off here, right at the carriage. Really quite beautiful place. And we got a quest, A Nice Day in Summer. I have to talk to with Daddy. He wants to tell me something important. So yeah. And I did take a little gander around here while I was just making sure everything was working correctly. These are nice little flowers, barrels. And then there's this, which is, you know, this is also like so beautiful. And then there's just a little bit ominous. And then a nice little teddy bear. Like it's just like so it's so like beautiful, and then it's ominous, and then it's beautiful again. These plants are really nice. Wow. I don't think Skyrim has like regular like red plants. I don't know. That's just something different. Meat is life. Even the Ash people who were populating this world before us knew that. Each time they killed an enemy in a battle, they tore out the liver and heart of the fallen and ate them together with their family. By doing so, just as everyone knows, the strength of the beaten enemy is passed on. But as we are living in a time in which eating fellows is nonsensically seen as barbaric, we, the friends of the bloody meat, have to settle for animal sources. Okay. That's something. Oh, what are you? Burb. Ground burb. O Lord, O Maker, I can hear you calling. I feel your love. I know about your sacrifice. Without you, I am nothing, a twig in the currents of time, a sheep without shepherd. Free me from my vices and forgive me my trespasses. Forgive too my wife and my child. Deliver me from my pains, and bless us with your everlasting mercy. It is like this open area here is really nice. It kind of like, it has a straight path for you to follow, but it is like rewarding you for going off the beaten path, kind of. I hope that the rest of the game is like that. I like little side areas to explore. Oh wow, there's one of the big statues from Skyrim. I didn't notice those guys at first. Something interesting about them in Skyrim is that, like, if you look away from them, they'll actually, like, follow you with their gaze. And I don't know if they're... Okay, it's not doing that. It's not following us. Yeah, in Skyrim, like, they'll turn to face you as you're looking away from them. Okay, so this must be Father then?
Oh, hey there. I didn't see you coming. So, how did it go? Did you find it?
What is this place, Daddy?
Where are we? We're at home, silly. Where else would we be? Just Mommy, sister, you and me. Now tell me, how did it go? Did you find it?
No, I didn't.
No? Pity. Maybe you're simply looking in the wrong places. Did you ever think of that? Oh, well, who knows. Say, why don't you go inside and see if you can help Mommy with the cooking? The Creator was kind to us today and sent a big fat elk right in front of my bow. All right?
Okay, that's actually kind of interesting. I don't think Skyrim actually has like laundry ever just hanging up. So yeah, you can kind of tell that, like, even though this is based off of Skyrim, it's very like, they very much did their own thing with it when they were making the game. It's not just another Skyrim mod, basically. It's its own game. I usually have F bound to interact in games, and I have E as the default here, so it's weird for me to have a different interact button, but okay. Okay.
My, I totally forgot what a mess I left here. But I was right, wasn't I? A real gem we've got here. Well then, let's waste no more time and get to it, shall we?
But what about Mommy and Sister?
What? Now would you look at that? I totally forgot about them. They're dead, don't you remember? You murdered them back then, both of them. But hey, no use crying over spilled milk, right? At least this means there's more meat for the two of us. You still remember how to do this, right? First, off with the skin. Slice up the belly, then out with the entrails. I'll look for a nice sharp knife in the meantime to cut off the head. I don't think either of us wants to eat that, do we?
Okay, all three of the answers are the same thing. But I didn't kill them, Daddy. It was the masked men.
Oh, silly, what's this again? We both know that's a lie. You did it. I remember it all. First, you set this horrible fire to your sister's crib. She screamed and screamed, and Mommy heard it, but when she finally got there, nothing was left of her but burnt flesh. And, oh gosh, do we really need to go through this again? You know how sad it makes me when you do this. You killed them, period. No matter how often you tell me you didn't, it changes nothing. You hear me? Nothing. Now please, let's start cooking. I'm so bloody damn hungry.
Okay, so we get the same dialogue choice again.
Oh, by the Creator's name, why are you telling these lies? Isn't it enough that you murdered us? Do you really have to bother me over and over with your stupid, pathetic, and pointless whining? You know, sometimes I wish the Creator would have made me just a little less merciful. Just a little less pious. Because then I would have realized that you were tainted by sin long before any of this had ever happened. And instead of raising you, feeding you, and loving you like a father does, I would have put you in the horse trough right after you were born. Yes, I should have killed you. I should have just killed you. Just like you killed us. And now, you think you're safe because we're all under the earth, don't you? Well, listen up, my child. You are wrong. And do you know why? Because the dead don't forget. Do you hear me? The dead don't forget. Now enough of this useless chatter. I'm bloody starving. Bring me the meat, you spoiled brat. Bring it to me. Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat. 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 Bring me a nice crisp piece of meat.
Okay, that was something. Definitely an intro to a game.
Let's begin with a question. It might sound simple to you at first, but I pray you to think about it. What distinguishes a free man from a slave? For now, however, let us start this story where another one ended 3 years ago, with the death of the Lightborn. For 4,000 years they had reigned over this world, 7 arcanists who, through their magic, had acquired eternal life. In a time of chaos, they gave mankind what they thought it needed most, to be ruled over with an ironclad but fair hand. Within just 1 century, they united the shattered lands, and a single century later, their human origin was forgotten. They became gods, or Lightborn, as they let themselves be worshipped as. Yet the longer they reigned, the louder the voices grew that accused them of tyranny. The loudest being that of Naranzul Aranthiel. And he succeeded in achieving what was once thought impossible. He gathered an army, overturned the Lightborn, and gave back freedom to mankind. However, the price for this was high, because where there are gaps of power, fights erupt. As such, this world grew into what it is today, shattered, riven, and broken into pieces. But all of this was merely a diversion, so that no one would notice something else. The death of the Lightborn had set something into motion, a clockwork, having long stood still. Its gears now once again slowly began to turn. This is the story of someone who wanted to be free.
You wanna wake up the entire ship or what? Well, sorry. That was a bit harsh. I'm just nervous, that's all. It was that dream again, wasn't it? Uh-huh. Seriously, if we had a penny for every night since we met where you woke up screaming, we'd probably be traveling to Enderal in our own starship and... well, not like this. Some things never change, I guess. Do you ever ask yourself if maybe you blame yourself for all of this? For what happened to your family, I mean?
I don't know, maybe. But even if I do, what difference does it make?
None, you're right. But... who knows? Maybe everything is gonna be different now. It's strange, isn't it? The way life sometimes goes. Now, if you had told me that a few weeks ago, I would have at the very least called you insane. But if the stories are true, there's no better place for a fresh start. Can you believe it? Apparently there aren't even any slaves on Enderal. It's amazing. Only this whole blind passenger thing is making my head ache.
Me too, but we're going to pay our debt as soon as we have earned some money over there.
We're talking about 500 pennies here. Even if we're able to find a job over there, we will still need the money for ourselves. Don't fool yourself. What we're doing here is theft. Unfortunately. But anyway, what's done is done. I just hope the Enderalians are easier on Outlanders than the Neremes are. Your mother was a fugitive as well, wasn't she? Where exactly did she come from? You've told me 100 times, but I just keep on forgetting it.
Okay, so we get to make our character now. So let's see. Half Eterna, native to the swampy continent of Myaranath. The destruction of the land caused by decades of war forced many Eterna to escape to other countries where various destinies awaited them. Some pursued and disregarded them because of their innate magic talent. Some revered them for it. Many Eterna earn their life as traveling minstrels. Half Eterna start with a bonus on elementalism, mana, and mana regeneration. Alright, so more magically inclined race, kind of based off of the High Elves from Skyrim. Half Razelian, originating in the barren and steppe-like continent of Erzil. The Erzelian are a divided people. The nomadic natives in the steppes maintain their pantheistic traditions. The coastal inhabitants regard them as primitive and struggle for recognition as a fully fledged part of the civilized world. Half Erzelians start with a bonus in one-handed, two-handed, health, and handicraft. So more of like a warrior type of class, race. Half Clan. As a secluded people, the inhabitants of the belt of Calais are said to have a reclusive mind. Calayans are deemed as blessed businessmen, a rumor that can be ascribed to the Blue Island Coalition, which is Vin's biggest trading company and is located in Calais, among other things. Half Calayans start with a bonus on rhetorics, carrying capacity, and sleight of hand. So more of like a thief class? Okay. Half Kuranian. Kuranians originate from the namesake desert continent, which is said to be both barren and inhospitable. At the same time, it is known as a cradle of science, mysticism, and culture. While many foreign countries admire Quira for its advanced culture, they are often deemed as heretical and immoral, especially on religious continents like Enderal. Afro-Iranians would start with a bonus on mentalism, enchantment, stamina, and alchemy. Half Starling. The Yalam Rashai, known to the people of Enderal as the Starlings, are a mysterious race of people that appeared on Vin after the Starfall. All Starlings feel an urge to return to the stars, to reunite with something they lost, something that not even the Starlings themselves can identify. Half Starlings start with a bonus to heavy armor, mentalism, handicraft, and enchanting. Some dialogue will refer to the player as the wrong race. Yeah, that's because this is modded in, I believe. This is not part of default Enderal. I think I'm going to go with Arazalian, because the bonuses to melee skills and health will probably be beneficial, and I also think that handicraft might be like this game's equivalent of smithing, so that sounds like a good start for a sort of melee character. Let me zoom in there. There we go. Do have quite a few hair options from some of the mods. Kind of like this one. I think these guys just look like they would have like something like that. Actually, rather like a lot of this. Alright, yeah, I think that's good. Not going to spend too long in customization. So we go. Oh, it automatically starts in caps. That's interesting. Ooh. How did I bring that up there? Nope. There we go. Pendragon.
Araziel. Right, how could I have forgotten? She was one of the few free people who ever set foot on a ship. Anyway. Whew, I'm gonna hit the hay for an hour or so. It's your turn to stand... Wait. You hear that? Shit. Someone's coming.
Women nowadays just don't want a man to court them anymore. That's the problem.
Bath of the Prophet installation and configuration is now complete. Okay.
I tell ya, sometimes I long for the good old days, back when I could lift a skirt and nobody would bat an eye. Anyway, enough of the chit-chat. Now, where did I put that key?
Oh, blazes, what do they want down here? The lamp! Quickly! Put out the lamp! Good. Now, quiet.
Ah, here we go. Ah, smells like Vaughtier's balls down here. Say now, what's that chest supposed to look like?
Small, with the crest of the Blue Island Coalition on it, I think.
Ah, yeah, right. Black Guardian knows what the captain wants it for this shortly before arriving. You go look upstairs. I'll see if I can find it down here.
Okay.
Oh, shit. They don't leave us any choice. We need to do something quick. You take on the old guy, I'll take the young one. Go!
Okay.
Wait.
What was that? I think oh, that was definitely an animation. I think we did.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That wasn't part of the plan. Not at all. What in blazes are we going to do now?
Do we kill them? That seems like a little bit like excessive, but at the same time, like maybe it's the right thing to do. Let's just tie them up and gag them. When we arrive,
Yes, of course. That makes sense. One of them said it's not much longer until we arrive. With a little luck, no one will notice they're gone until then. Come on, help me search. There must be a rope or something. And I thought we were over the hump when we made it on board. It just can't ever be easy, can it?
Okay, so I think we should take some of the food, because I think that, from what I understand about Enderal, food is quite important, actually. So we should grab a rope, but where is that? I'm not seeing where it is. Anyways, we can actually equip some actual clothes so that we're not... so we don't have our chest out. Such a handsome gentleman. Where is this? So yeah, see, we actually weren't regenerating health until we ate something, but now I think we're regenerating just a little bit of health. So that's kind of why it's important to eat food. Oh, it's right there. Okay.
Poor lost souls. The probabilities have turned against you.
What the? Who are you?
You are confused by my sudden appearance. But my identity is irrelevant, as are you, dear Sirius. Unfortunately.
What? Oh shit, please don't tell anyone we're down here, please! We didn't mean any harm, these guys were just...
You ask that I not reveal you. for your intentions were not evil. And I believe you, but sadly, it's not compassion that rules my deeds. The first beat of a wing must happen. It is the only way the probabilities will fall into place. This is the way it has to be. The way it has been for eons. I am sorry.
What the?
Okay.
No! What are you doing? Please! Please don't leave! We just wanted to...
This game is just full of surprises. Wow.
Let's summarize. After we had left Ostian, the two of you hid in the cargo and lived on our stocks. Then when Rick and Sebald found you, you gave them a beating. And all of a sudden, a veiled woman appeared and knocked you out with wild magic. Is that about it?
Yes, I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth. Please, my dame, we didn't have a choice. You've got to believe us, the war, we just wanted a second chance, that's all.
A second chance. Yes, I think I understand you. You wanted to start a new life in a new land. And as my ship is one of the only ships still sailing the route since the wars, you were simply forced to board without paying.
Yes, we could work for you, you know, we could scrub the deck, peel potatoes, anything to pay off our debt. And as soon as we've arrived...
Heartbreaking. How truly, truly heartbreaking. But let's be honest. You did have a choice. You could have signed on like all the others did, but you didn't. Instead, you've nested on my ship like flesh maggots, enjoying the good life while my crew actually had to earn their keep. And now you're feeding me this bullshit about veiled women and wild magic? How stupid do you think I am? I know your kind. You are cutthroats, filchers. At least have the guts to admit it.
What? No. You're wrong. Please, just let me explain. I
don't give a shit for your explanations. If there's one thing I hate more than cowards, it's people trying to pluck my heartstrings. You two are scum. And there's only one kind of punishment for scum on my ship. Pull him up, Ruger.
But Captain, they...
Do it.
Of course, Captain. I'm sorry, lad. You should have stayed in Narim.
But... You can't do this.
Oh, believe me, I can.
No.
Oh, well, look at that. Someone's woken up. Rise and shine. Tie him and his friend together and feed them to the fish. Good luck in your new life, friend.
Okay. Yeah. This game just throws one thing at you after another. Wow. What an intro.
Tell me, what is time to the dead? Dreaming anyway.
So many people just talk, and
How
never...
does it feel to be powerless?
This is about your damn pride, Tina.
I know I'm not real. At least not according to your definition.
I know damn well I'm Tina.
It's just... There was nothing I could do.
This isn't happening. But then again,
This just isn't happening.
What is reality anyway?
Selfish fool!
Oh? Okay. So we have our skill trees here. So I'm guessing that's warrior, and then this is mage because it's in blue. Yeah. Oh, and there are other, like, subclasses, kind of, along there. And this would be thief. Okay. And then we have these ones, so there's Phasmalist. And then lycanthropy. Okay. Oh yeah, it is kind of in the shape of a wolf in a way. That's interesting. Okay. Find a way to reach inland. Okay. Wow, this is actually like a pretty decently sized map, it looks like. Is this like... Okay, invisible wall, I think. Oh, so we just got all of our items that we took in the ship stolen from us? Okay, so we're back to our poor people clothes. They literally undressed us and put our old clothes back on so that they didn't have to give us those clothes. Okay, so J is, yes, quest menu. Okay. And then H is what? Oh! H is a new menu. This is our stat. Okay. Okay, so this is not in Skyrim like at all. This is a completely new menu. That's actually rather cool. So we get plus 5 health because we're what is it? One of those I already forget. Or Arizelian is our race, so we get more health, right? And then Mana Stamina, Arcane Fever, determines your mental health as a magic user. Casting healing spells using health potions or being at specific locations raise the fever. When your fever increases, you first get Mali. Once it hits 100%, you die. That seems interesting. So that's kind of a like magic radiation, kind of. Interesting. And then experience. So it shows how much we have to our next level. Which is a change from Skyrim. Yes, Skyrim, you level up your skills and then you get experience by leveling up your skills. In this you get experience by defeating enemies, and then that lets you level up your skills. So, one-handed and two-handed we start bonuses in, and handicraft. So yeah, handicraft is smithing, basically, rhetorical speech. Basically the skills are the same, but looks like magic schools are reworked, so mentalism, Summon spectral shields or make your skin as hard as iron. So this is like a combination of alteration, giving you flesh spells, and also like restoration from the Skyrim, giving you word spells, it seems like. And then elementalism, destruction magic. Okay, that's pretty simple. Psionics allows you to control your minds of the enemy, so like illusion magic, and yeah. And then entropy, so that's conjuration, it seems like. Okay, so then so mentalism is like a dual alteration and restoration. Right? Huh. Oh, I guess they took out the healing aspect of restoration magic because they didn't want healing to be too easy in this game. Because they want it to be a little bit harder, so you have to like eat food to regenerate, so that makes sense that they wouldn't want you just like using healing spells as an easy way to heal. New knife texture. That's actually really nice. Like the default like iron daggers in Skyrim, like the blade is only like as long as the handle, and then this is like quite a bit longer. It feels more like an actual like knife meant for combat. An Encyclopedia Arcana, don't really know what that does. Torch, probably useful, health potion. Rancid? That doesn't sound like it's safe to drink that. And a pickaxe. Magical talent is an inherent trait. Okay, so this, as spectacular as possibilities upon discovering magical talent may seem, it should never be forgotten that this trait is also highly dangerous and poses a serious threat to both the mental and physical well-being of the individual, as once magical talent begins to manifest, it is accompanied by a terrible affliction known as arcane fever. The most common explanation for this condition is that the human mind is unable to cope with the suddenly attained clarity of vision, combined with the simultaneous perception of multiple states of reality. If one's talent emerges slowly, the fever will tend to follow gradual progression as well. If instead there is a rapid onset of magical abilities, the fever will develop with equal abundance. While the affected person will initially complain of nothing more than a mild feeling of weakness and an occasional headache, the symptoms will compound as time progresses. After approximately 3 moons, the magically gifted individual will begin to lose the ability to distinguish between the various eventualities. If left untreated, this will eventually inevitably lead to complete insanity. Furthermore, as one's hold on reality is slipping, accidental incorporation of other eventualities into our world becomes increasingly likely. Huh. So this just seems like it's giving lore on magic, which is like, I mean that's okay, but it's also like nothing that actually helps us gameplay-wise. Oh. So this restores health, but it gives us arcane fever a little bit. Okay. That's interesting. The ruin. Just like in the vision. Okay. Fleshless lost one? What? A crowbar. That's actually kind of cool. Another pickaxe. Iron ore. I think the corpse is kind of like glitching out beneath me. Yeah, I just like flung everything in the vicinity around. That's kind of stupid. Oh, yeah, this is the ruin. From the vision. So is that crowbar better? Is that like a sword, basically? A mace, it's currently, that's okay. pennies. Okay, so that's our ruin. Ooh. That's smooth. That's smooth. New Okay, this has like I forget that this is like precision. So things have like no range. Like knives have no range because they're knives. Knives have no range because they're the like range that a knife has is actually like really accurate to how long the weapon is because of how precision works. So normal Skyrim, like, they just kind of say like, oh, if an enemy is like this far away from you and you attack, they get hit. But precision actually makes like a hitbox around where the exact weapon is. So it makes it so that longer weapons actually have like a longer reach, based off of like the type of the weapon and like how big its model is. So that actually might be a reason why it's better to use the crowbar, because this is going to probably have a considerably longer reach, because it is actually like a bigger weapon. Probably too much explaining to do for a really simple mechanic, but there you go. That's that explained. Is that really like all? I have? Okay. Well. Ooh. This place is actually rather cool looking. Fog sponges, okay. I think this is a screenshot. There we go. I keep wanting to hit, can we change activate? We can change activate. Let me change that to F. There we go. Okay, so now E will be switch perspective, and now we can do that. Increase one-handed. Okay. So now F is actually interact. That's so much better. I was hitting like F all the time before to try to pick something up, and then I would just switch perspectives to third person. Room key. Okay, that's interesting. Oh. Do we take that back now? So then I don't have to platform up here, I'm just gonna stand on this last one. I don't know how useful these fog sponges are going to be, so I'm going to take a lot of them. Okay, so there's several paths through here. Do I just want to continue straight? Certain areas, healing spells, and health potions raise your arcane. Oh, so this is doing that? So I don't want to, like... linger here for too long then. But we did just pick up Old Robe. Mana regenerates 4% faster. Okay. Oh, so I think it kind of expects you to go off to the side pass then. Like there's some loot here. Scrap metal of an ancient nation. The EMB lighting for Key to the Forgotten Temple, okay. The EMB lighting for Dwarven metals is really nice. I love that mod. Because it makes the metal like glow, and it's kind of cool. All of the, I mean like this runs, this modlist, Path of the Prophet has an EMB that it uses with, has its own preset and everything that comes with the mod list, and so then there's also a lot of mods alongside that just add EMB lighting to a lot of different things in the game, so that basically changes, for anyone who doesn't know, EMBs basically change the entire lighting of the game, adding a lot of post-processing effects and everything, so that's why the lighting looks pretty good in areas like this, you know, where there's like dark areas, light areas, and everything, because there's extra lighting in the EMB that makes everything just look a lot, really a lot smoother, and yeah. Okay, so that's telling me that I should rest there, I think. Let's read these. Spell token for grounding. Ah, so these are... Oh. You need to have learning points to read the books. Okay. But also the books are in your consumable section, your food section. So apparently we just eat books. That's kind of funny. Okay, so we can just rest an hour here. Okay, gonna make a save here. And let's continue onwards. Kinda dark in here. The corpses in the light, they are gone. Oh, yeah, that's true. In that little vision that we had, there were all the, like, corpses that were, like, frozen standing up. Abandoned temple. Okay. So we did get a key for this place, right? Somewhere in here. This machine, why does it seem so familiar? This is very cool. Is this part of like what we saw in that first little like introduction to the Lightborn and everything, or is this completely different, or is it like the same? Oh, Ice Claw. Ice Claws in your inventory under consumables permanently raise your carry weight by 1 point when eaten. So currently I have a 210 carry weight, which is actually not a lot compared to like vanilla Skyrim. You get 300. So that just gives us 1 extra. Okay. It says 0.75 on the description, but I think one of the mods raises it to a full point. So yeah, I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for those blue mushrooms as we continue our playthrough. Because extra carry weight is a nice thing to have, even if it's only 1 point extra at a time. Okay, looks like we're getting out of here. Ooh, whole, like, mill here. The lighting here is so good. Okay, okay, yeah, just gonna casually take some human flesh off this dead corpse that's been here forever. Yeah. Spare parts, that probably is useful for something. I don't know. Spell tome for boon. Oh, it does heal the caster, but it also gives you arcane fever. Okay. So apparently there are healing spells, but they raise your arcane fever, which I guess is a way to balance them so that they don't like slow you too much. How do I get outside of here? Am I missing something? Oh, this is a shut-off valve. Okay. Okay, so that raises it. Why is it telling me that I should sneak for a sneak attack? What's... Oh. Hello? Hello? Okay, it sees me. It definitely sees me. What is this thing? Some sort of like a weird troll? And it's made out of stone. It's like an elemental. Mud elemental. Okay, okay. gotta weave. We just gotta dodge and weave. Oh, okay, don't get greedy, don't get greedy. I'm saying don't get greedy, but we just gotta do this more. There we go, enchanted mud. I don't know what enchanted mud is useful for, but it's probably useful for something. Alright, that was something. Our first, like, real fight of the game, I guess. Wasn't too bad, actually. This guy's fresh. Sorry for taking all of your clothes, sir, but you won't be needing it anymore, and I kinda need it, so I could use some clothes. So that I don't look like I'm a poor person anymore. Not looking poor is good. This is a one-handed, so I can do both of those, right? Yeah. Shit. Okay, so we've got a shield, we've got a crowbar, we've got some clothes, we've got some actual shoes. We look like a proper person now. Alright, so Sun Coast, so I think this is out into the open, maybe? It starts with the dreams, okay. Started a new beginning. Find a way out of the ravine, collect cores to hasten health regeneration, collect mana fungi to hasten regeneration of mana. Okay. So I think with that, I'm going to end this video off. Gotten off to a pretty good start, kind of gotten through the tutorial, and now we should actually be able to go on to the future. Alright. See you guys in the next video.